Catching tonight behind the plate is going to be the senior, number 6, Lily Ferguson. And out there on shortstop is going to be number 8, Chloe Smith. Showing bunt. Gets away from Ferguson, throws down to second. Ends up in center field, misses the throw down just a little bit. Runner does take second. Count's going to be at 1-1. Runner in scoring position, just like that. What an exciting time this is right here. Here's the pitch. That one's hammered towards the shortstop. Diving attempt by Chloe Smith, not in time. Runner moves on over to third, and now we got runners on the corners here. I just had a heart attack because a fan fell here in our press box. So runners on the corners, nobody out here at the top of the first. Now here comes right fielder number 4, Addison Holloway, a .303 hitter with 16 RBI, trying to make it 17 here in the top of the first inning. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. So let's see how aggressive the Lady Cougars are here this evening. Here's the pitch, shows bunt, just a bluff. Goes ball high as the count moves 1-1. Probably trying to look for a double steal here if you're Logan County. Here's the pitch. They stay. Not a bad pitch there, but I mean, just a skosh out of the zone, low and away. Piper says, here's the pitch. Lays down the bunt right there, and the run scores. Good play by Kylie Scott to pick it up and fire it over to first, record the first out. Runner does move from first to second. But we're looking at a 1-0 ball game here really early. How about that? Logan County coming to play. Comes third baseman, Macy Kleinert. Kleinert, a .427 hitter with 28 RBIs, takes strike 1. So 0-1 is the count. Runner out there on second. Kleinert, their most dangerous hitter in the lineup. Right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Popped up, going to be foul territory. You got a bunch of softball players sitting up here in the bleachers. Foul ball comes. Cockroaches when you turn the light on. Catch the ball, ladies. Come on. 0-2 is the count to Kleinert. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. So 1-2, one away. Runner out on second with Logan County leading early on here at the top of the first, 1-0. Thank you so much for joining us here, no matter how you're joining us, whether it's on 92.3 FM. Another ball high. If you're listening on the app, that's awesome. We appreciate it. Or if you're listening online and just smashing that listen live button, that's also really great. Lots of options for you. Or, hey, if you're tuning in on Franklin-Simpson Channel 9 on YouTube, welcome. Popped up, deep right field, foul ball. Count will remain 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. I do like the Logan County Cougars baby blue pinstripe uniforms. Ball high, count's going to run full again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Piper West with 72 strikeouts on the season and just 22 walks. So basically a 3-to-1 ratio there. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Chloe Smith calling everybody away. Underneath it, squeeze it for out number 2. Runner remains on second. Nice work there by the 7th grader to get her to just pop up. There comes shortstop number 1, Karis Taylor. Taylor, a 326 hitter with 21 RBIs. Getting signals from her coach here. Taking a long time. Come on. Let's move it along here, ladies and gentlemen. Right-handed hitter in Taylor. Takes strike 1 looking. Two away, runner still out there on second. Tries to lay down the bunt. Kind of surprised bunt him there, making an 0-2 count. After taking strike 1, I did not expect the bunt. Taylor sets up in the batter's box now. Here's the pitch. Ball high and outside. West resetting out there with a 1-2 count, 2 away. Here's the pitch. Foul tip. Narrowly misses the strike out there. Count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. After we record this third out, I'm going to stay with you during the break to go over our starting lineups. Here's the pitch. Swings through, ring up 1 for Piper West, and the third out of the top of the first inning. Nice work there, young lady, to get out of the jam after giving up a run. So after the top of the first, Logan County Lady Cougars have certainly come to play, looking at a 1-0 ball game. They know they've got an uphill battle here against the bats of these Lady Cats. So nice work by them to get things going. Now, let's talk about your starting lineups. We'll begin first with the 8-18 overall record for the Lady Cougars from Logan County. 2-8 in the region, 2-4 in the district, and they're coached by Philip McKinney. Their center fielder, number 2, is who their leadoff hitter is, Kelly Taylor, followed up by catcher number 9, Layla Bondere. Then right fielder number 4, Addison Holloway, followed up by third baseman number 25, Macy Kleinert. Then shortstop number 1, Karis Taylor. Then first baseman number 20, Haley Henson. Then the designated player number 3, Allie Redding, followed up by second baseman number 22, Blake Curry. Then left fielder number 28, Ellie Seltzer. And then the pitcher, pitching but not in the hitting lineup, is going to be Annie Owen. Annie Owen, I believe she's their top pitcher, a 7.59 earned run average with 36 strikeouts on the season with 43 walks. So, the visiting Lady Cougars, plenty of hitting on their side, but a little bit of trouble, apparently, from the mound. Or the circle, I should say. Leading off for your Franklin-Simpson Lady Cats, it's going to be your shortstop for tonight, senior number 8, North Alabama University commit, 424 hitter with 42 RBIs, Chloe Smith. Right-handed hitter can change the outlook of a game with one swing at any point in time. She takes ball 1, skipped in. I forgot how many walks it is on the season. I know she was close to a state record last I checked. 48 walks on the season. What an unbelievable amount of walks. I think that the state record was 50 or something along those lines. And so she's right at it, and after this district tournament, she'll probably have the record. She does have the record already. One of the most least shocking things you'll ever hear. Ball 3 inside, looking at a 3-0 count here early on against and Owen. Annie Owen goes ball. Oh, strike 1. I started to say ball 4. On the inside. 3-1 is the count here to the leadoff, Chloe Smith. Batting second is going to be second baseman Addie Shelton, the .355 hitter with 28 RBIs in her junior season, has been huge. Popped up, shallow center field. It's going to be in there for a base hit. Nice work there by Chloe Smith to get things started. Addie Shelton, she's had a ton of huge moments this season. It seems like she has continuously found herself in the lineup at huge moments for the Lady Cats with an opportunity to win ball games or make plays out in the field. It's just like it's been on her shoulders so many times all season long. The right-handed hitter. Lady Cougars waiting on the play call from their head coach yet again. Chloe Smith, 29 of 29 on stolen base attempts, going to make that 30 for 30. Just like ESPN said, 30 for 30. As Addie took ball 1. So your Lady Cats with a runner in scoring position, trying to get out in front of this one and tie this ball game up. That's a grounder to third. And Chloe Smith gets nearly caught in the pickle, and she does, and she gets tagged out, diving for third base. Addie Shelton makes it safely over to first. Maddie Kleinert played a little cat and mouse there, faked the throw to first, and Chloe took off. And eventually, the shortstop for the Lady Cougars, Taylor, runs to third, and Kleinert kind of trapped her in, and Kleinert, nice work by her to get the tag down. Unfortunate there for the Lady Cat. Now here's Jaden Coe. She pops one up into shallow right field. Is it going to get down? And it is caught. Nearly doubled up over at first was Shelton. Holloway made the play there for Lady Cougars. Record the second out of the game. And there comes the catcher, senior, number 6, Lily Ferguson. Lily Ferguson, a .302 hitter with 29 RBI. Also plenty of power in that one. She takes one off the shoulder. And she is fired up after that one. Now here comes Presley West, the first baseman, a .327 hitter with 40 RBIs on the season. Second on the team behind Chloe Smith. Presley West with plenty of power in her bat, with an opportunity with 2 outs and 2 on, first and second. Takes ball high. Your Lady Cats in the all-white uniforms, also in pinstripes, the royal blue pinstripes for them. Royal blue letters and numerals on their jerseys as well, and the knee-high socks. Wind up. Pitch from Owen. Called strike, but my goodness, she would have needed a 9-iron for that. Wow. Wasn't quite down in the sand, but goodness. Would have most likely required a golf shot. Here's the pitch. Swings through, foul tipped. Going to run the count 1-2 with 2 away. Presley in on the box now. I tell you what, this has got to be some gamesmanship here by Logan County, really slowing down the pace of this game. I mean, this is takes ball outside, and Addie Shelton's going to get caught in a pickle herself now, and she's going to make it back to second safely. thought about taking off towards third. Thankfully, thought twice, got back to second. Going to allow the Lady Cats with one more opportunity here to try to bring one across home plate. Owen sets. Here's the pitch. Hammered towards third, right at Klein. She catches it, and that's going to end the bottom of the first inning. Your Lady Cats are going to strand runners on first and second there from the top of the order. My, what an opening we've got here. Let's get back to those starting lineups.
No matter your game, Franklin Bank & Trust equips you for success.
Addie Shelton. She's going to be over on second base, hitting .355 with 28 RBI, followed by Jaden Coe. Coe's going to be out in center field, hitting .339 with 28 RBIs. And then the catcher, Lily Ferguson, with a .302 batting average. The Lindsey Wilson University commit with 29 RBIs as well, followed by first baseman Presley West with .327 average and 40 RBIs on the season, having a successful sophomore campaign. Then, going to look at the pitcher for tonight, Piper West at 3.02 ERA with 85 2/3 innings, 72 strikeouts, 22 walks, and also carrying a .316 batting average with 6 runs batted in. Followed by third baseman, the hot corner, Kylie Scott with a .237 average and 10 RBIs. Then it's going to be the freshman, the one they call Peanut, even though I'm told that they don't like it, that she doesn't like it, pardon me, with .243 average, 13 RBIs. And then the 8th grader, Sloan Anderson, getting the start out in right field for your Lady Cats. And leading off here in the top of the second for the Logan County Lady Cougars is going to be first baseman Haley Henson. A .390 average with 16 RBIs. Takes ball one, a little high and tight there from Piper West. We'll get to break after this top half of the second inning. Call ball two. My goodness. Henson sets. Here's the pitch from West. There's strike one. That's what I really love to see from the 7th grader, Piper West. You don't see a whole lot of 3-0 counts there from Piper. After she gets behind, more often than not, she'll go for a fastball that's going to be somewhere on the plate and get to that 2-1 count. Fouled off, going to make it a 2-2 count. Here in attendance right now, we are seeing Todd County Central. They will face Russellville in the 2-3 matchup after this game is over with. Here's the pitch. Popped up, shallow right field, going after it. Oh, just foul. Sloan Anderson giving chase. Thing had a ton of spin on it. When it hit the ground, man, that thing just bounced right. Almost like a golf shot. Is all the spin it had on it. Now, Henson gets back into the batter's box, still with that 2-2 count. Back inside corner of the batter's box. West throws ball high. As the count moves to yet another full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Henson. Our neighbors to the west have come to play. Here's the pitch. Popped up right at Presley West. She squeezed it for out number 1. That was our 3rd full count already here in just the top of the second inning. Now here comes designated player, number 3, Allie Redding. Allie Redding's got a .317 average with 13 RBIs on the year, right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Looks pretty good right there. I don't know what was much wrong with that one. I guess called a high, but it looked like it was a waist high to me. Man, that's one I'd like to crank back on. Ball 1. That's ball high. The wind really gusting out here this evening, as it is really warmed up here in Franklin, carrying 87 degrees at the moment. Feels warmer than that in the sun. Here's the pitch. Swings through, strike 1. Wind, when I came in here, was blowing hard from left to right field. Now it's blowing straight in. Another one popped up. Presley West. Nope, Lily Ferguson's underneath it in foul territory. Squeeze it for out number 2. That's one thing that you can most certainly count on whenever you're watching games like this that really gets me excited and keeps me on the edge of my seat is whenever you see senior players just going all out, hyper-focused on the task at hand because they know it's win or go home at this point. Here's the pitch. Sent over to Scott. She fields it cleanly with the backhand. Sends it over to West. Records out number 3. Nearly a collision over there at first base. But the Lady Cats get out of the top of the second inning unscathed. And now we're going to take a break, and we'll come back with more district action when we return live on 92.3 WF.
Accidents happen in a split second, but the repair doesn't have to be a headache. At Eaton Collision in Franklin, we bring your car back to life with expert repairs and a flawless finish. We'll work directly with your insurance company to make the process quick, easy, and hassle-free for you. From dents to major damage, trust Eaton Collision to get you back on the road fast.
Franklin-Simpson Lady Cats softball. Leading off here in the bottom of the second is going to be Piper West as she's taking ball 1 inside from Annie Owen, the pitcher coming out of the circle for the Logan County Lady Cougars. This right here is I don't think I've gotten to call a Lady Cougar versus Lady Cat game in quite a while. Pops one up shallow center field as it gets down. They slow up. Worried about a player collision there between Taylor and Taylor. And she gets it in there for a hit. It drops safely right into shallow center field. Nice work for another leadoff hit here. Now we're going to get courtesy runner. That's Alina Ortiz, I do believe. Going to be a runner for the Lady Cats. And next up is Kylie Scott. Kylie Scott, the 237 hitter's got 10 RBIs on the season. It's been a lot of fun to see the development of Kylie Scott out in the field from her freshman year until coming into her junior year here. Especially the swing of her bat. Right-handed hitter. Takes strike 1. It firmly runs through the blood in her veins. A family of athletes. Prayers up to her brother Brevin. Hopefully he's getting back healthy again. Pops one up into center field, kind of the same type of play, and Taylor squeezes it from the shortstop position, and Ortiz gets picked off at first. Don't know what happened right there, but that was Not what we wanted. Can't have those kinds of mistakes here in the district tournament when every at-bat counts. Now here comes Ansley Holland, 243 hitter, just a freshman with 13 RBIs. Now heading up to the batter's box with nobody on and 2 outs after the double up by the Lady Cougars. Here's the pitch. Takes strike 1, allegedly on the outside part of the plate.
Come on, girls.
0-1 is the count. I tell you what, if you've ever seen an Alani can, that's what her bat looks like. Strike 2. Sure. That strike zone just got about 4 inches wider on each side for Ansley Holland. Now she's set. Here's the pitch. Pops this one up. And she's going to run it out and squeezed in foul territory by Hinson over on first. So your Lady Cats, in a way, go 1-2-3 there in the bottom of the second, and Logan County still leading this one 1-0 in this 1-4 opening round of the district tournament. We'll find out if your Lady Cats can get things back in action and momentum headed their way on the defensive end when we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
Ready to see the world without the stress of planning? At Picture This Travel, we specialize in creating unforgettable travel experiences, tailored just for you. And now we're excited to launch Franklin-Simpson Alumni Travel. Imagine exploring incredible destinations across the globe, side by side with fellow FSHS graduates. Travel together, make new memories, and celebrate the Wildcat spirit worldwide. For more information, follow me, Julie Walters with Picture This Travel on Facebook.
My favorite thing about working here is getting to serve the community and help people with their electric and their fiber internet.
We're local, so we live and work right here in Franklin, so taking care of our neighbors isn't just business, it's personal. Fiber means faster, more reliable internet for work, school, and entertainment without lag or buffering.
It's more than power and fiber, it's about peace of mind.
We're not just an electric company, we're neighbors.
District tournament here at Franklin-Simpson High School's Lady Cats softball complex. I'm Cody Schuler. Thank you for joining us here, no matter how you're joining us. We're in the top of the third inning now. Lays down a bunt, does left fielder, number 28, Ellie Seltzer, for the visiting Lady Cougars. That's right. District tournament play is happening at the home of your Franklin-Simpson Wildcats this year. Praise the Lord, hallelujah. I'm so glad I don't have to drive all the way over to Todd County again. I mean, it's not terrible, but man, it's so good to be at home. Ball 2 on the 2-1 count to the left fielder. Left fielder Seltzer is hitting .313 with 4 RBIs on the season, leading off the top of the third here. And Lady Cougars got that 1-0 lead from the top of the first. Foul tipped. Count will remain at 1-2 strikes. Good crowd here tonight. Thank everyone for coming out and supporting your Lady Cats, as well as all those Logan County Cougar fans. Appreciate everybody coming out to the field here this evening. Plenty of Todd County Central people here as well. Rocks back. Here's the pitch from West, and ring up another one for Piper West. Her second strikeout of the evening. Make it her 74th on the season. Now we're going to move to the top of the lineup for the Lady Cougars. It's going to be center fielder number 2, Callie Taylor. .366 hitter, bats lefty. Got 10 RBIs. 1 away, nobody on here at the top of the third. Wind up and the pitch from West, fouled back into the net for strike 1. Your Franklin-Simpson Wildcat baseball is taking on the visiting Russellville Panthers over at the baseball field as we speak. Here's the pitch. Popped up, shallow left, running underneath it Ansley Holland squeezes it for out number 2. Nice play on the ball right there. Getting that in about as shallow into left field as you can be behind third base. Nice work there by the freshman to get a quick jump on that one. That was a hard-to-track ball the way it tailed in towards the foul line. Now, here comes catcher number 9, Layla Vondere. Takes ball 1. West sets. Here's the pitch. Just a smidge high in the zone. Strike zone got a little bit wider, but it didn't get any taller. 2 balls, no strikes with 2 away and nobody on now for Logan County. Here's the pitch. Sent over to Presley West, and she fields it cleanly, steps on first, and just like that, your Lady Cats are out of the top of the third with no damage done. 1, 2, 3. Now it's time to get those bats warmed up. We'll see if they can do it when we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
Well, we're right here. We're in town. If somebody has an issue, we're there either that day or the very next day. So we're able to get to it quick and fix whatever issues anybody has.
Better speeds. I feel like it's a lot more reliable. With other services, you might get interference during like the weather or something, and you might lose service and have to wait for it to dry out again or something like that. But with fiber, you won't ever have that issue just because it is glass, so you can't really, weather's not really going to affect it much unless like a tree tears it down or something. We provide the city and the county, so within city limits, and then most areas that Warren provides electric service to out in the county.
Heading into the bottom of the third inning, your Lady Cats are going to lead it off with right fielder number 9, the 8th grader, Sloan Anderson. Anderson, not a ton of plate opportunities so far this year out there for her defensive prowess in particular as an 8th grader. Right-handed hitter takes strike 1. You love to see the younger Lady Cats get these opportunities here with lots of athletic ability and talent. Here's the pitch. Sends that one. That one's going to get down for a hit into shallow left center field. Nice work by the 8th grader, Sloan Anderson. My goodness, you love to see it. Got just enough bat on that one. Now, right back to the top of the order, and shortstop, number 8, the senior, Chloe Smith. As I stated in her previous at-bat, which she recorded a hit out into center field, Chloe Smith can change the outlook of a game with just one swing of the bat, and they're going to pitch to her. Annie Owen sets. Here's the pitch. Oh, boy. Takes strike 1. Annie Owen looking to try to keep them in the zone here on her first pitch. I've kind of figured out as often as possible she's been trying to hit first pitch strike. Wind up and the pitch. It's another good pitch. Going to make it 0-2. Oh-2 is the count. 8th grader Anderson on first. Standing in there just waiting on the coach's signal from Logan County all evening here. Here's the pitch now. Turns on that one, sends it deep into the gap into shortstop. Goes to second, and Anderson beats out the throw. Nice work there from Anderson. Doing it all, hitting and running. You expect your big-time players to make big-time plays out here, but whenever you get those contributions from your younger players, what a game changer that is. Now here comes second baseman, number 2, Addie Shelton. Here's the pitch, shows bunt, lays it down. What a beautiful bunt. Does not beat the throw to first in time, but now we got runners on second and third with just one away, with Jaden Coe coming up to bat. Coe playing center field, a .339 hitter with 28 RBI. I'd love for her to find some green grass and make it an even 30. Because if it's remotely away from anyone out in the outfield, guarantee you Chloe Smith is turning third like a freight train. Coe set. Here's the pitch from Owen. That ball had a lot of movement on it from Owen. That thing looked like it rose up and set right down into the zone for strike 1. I mean, slowing the pace of play here. Here's the pitch. Popped up towards right field. Right fielder's underneath it. Caught. Runner's going to tag. There's going to be a play at the plate. And nice work by Anderson. Ties the game up at 1 run apiece here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The 8th graders showing off the speed. Man, big time plays from Sloan Anderson. So now there's 2 away with a runner on 3rd and Chloe Smith. And here comes the catcher, number 6, Lily Ferguson. Ferguson taking her time about getting into the batter's box, which I can appreciate the way that head coach from Logan is slowing things up. Takes strike 1. It's good to get in there and see a pitch. Was hit by a pitch in her first at-bat. 0-1 is the count. Two away. Here it comes. Hammered out to left field. Oh, no, not as much as I thought it was. Going to be hair into foul territory. And still squeezed by Seltzer, the left fielder. Man, initially off the bat, that thing looked so pretty, like I thought it was going to get out of here. But, hey, 8th grader Sloan Anderson records a hit and then comes all the way around the bases to tie this game up at 1. We'll find out how the Lady Cats defense, they can stay on top of things when we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
No matter your game, Franklin Bank and Trust equips you for success.
They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down.
Strong work from right fielder, the 8th grader, Sloan Anderson, recording a hit to lead off the bottom of the 3rd and then making her way all the way around the bases to score that run. Off a sacrifice from Addie Shelton. Now here's number 4, Addison Holloway, the right fielder for the Logan County Lady Cougars. 303 hitter with 16 RBIs, leading off top of the 4th. Fouls that one off for strike 1. Here's the pitch from West. Sent out deep to left field, running, chasing into foul territory is Ansley Holland, unable to get there in time. We've got a lot of home office here, or school board members, as I see our superintendent, Mr. Tim Schlosser, here. Looks like he's enjoying a nice hamburger from down there, hot off the grill. 0-2 is the count to Holloway. Here's the pitch. Goes ball high and outside from West. One and two is the count now to the leadoff. Here at the top of the fourth, here's the pitch. That's a chopper sent over to Scott. She picks it up, fields it cleanly, fires it over to West for out number one. Kylie Scott just nails over there on third base so far. Made a couple of plays. There comes third baseman for the Logan County Lady Cougars, Macy Kleiner. Hits .427 with 28 RBIs, the most dangerous hitter in the lineup for the Lady Cougars. Takes ball one inside. Tied up here at 1 run apiece in the top of the fourth inning. Your Lady Cats in the two previous matchups won 10-4 and 11-6. As Piper West throws strike one. Pass Kleiner. So 1-1 with one away and a 1-1 matchup here. Ball two inside from West. On what is an absolutely gorgeous new turf field. Wind blowing left to right still. Here's the pitch. Popped up out towards Sloan Anderson, chasing back, squeezes it for out number two. Sloan Anderson doing everything here tonight for your Lady Cats. Had to retreat just a little bit. Macy Kleiner tends to always carry a heavy bat. Next up, shortstop number one, Karis Taylor. Taylor, a .326 hitter with 21 RBIs, up now with 2 outs. Lifts that one deep to center field. Jaden Coe retreating, squeezes it for out number 3. And your Lady Cats are out of the inning, yet once again. 1, 2, 3. Nice work by your Lady Cats. Time to keep those bats hot. We'll see if they can get this game untied. We'll find out when we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
Accidents happen in a split second, but the repair doesn't have to be a headache. At Eaton Collision in Franklin, we bring your car back to life with expert repairs and a flawless finish. We'll work directly with your insurance company to make the process quick, easy, and hassle-free for you. From dents to major damage, trust Eaton Collision to get you back on the road fast.
Having a fantastic outing here against the Lady Cats. And really done a phenomenal job so far through 3 innings worth of work from the circle for the Lady Cougars. Hammered out to left field. Foul ball by an ounce, by an inch. Not being too highly contested from Coach Todd Cottle. Everybody thought it was fair. went just beyond my view. The top of the visiting dugout blocks my view from seeing that. That might have been one of those where if you had the old field from last year and the dirt and the chalk lines, it might have dusted up the chalk. That one's a base hit. That's into left center field. She's going to be in there easy for a single. Putting the bat on the ball is Presley West. Now, here comes the pitcher number 13, Piper West. I'd love to see a pun intended pipe bomb right here. Here's the pitch. Takes strike one. Annie Owen continues to try to go first pitch strike. Maybe we pick up on that here. Try to get some first pitch swinging. Here's the pitch. That one goes high and outside for ball one. 1-1 is the count here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 10 after 6 o'clock here. Still holding steady at 86 degrees on Monday, May 18th. Thank you for joining us here on 92.3 WFKN. I'm Cody Schuler. Here taking in the opening round of the 13th District Tournament. Lady Cats, number 1 overall seed. Piper West sends one shallow. Not far enough. The shortstop, Taylor, retreating enough to record out number 1 off the bat of Piper West. Presley West stays over safely on first base. Now, here's Kylie Scott. Scott, a .237 hitter with 10 RBIs, right-handed hitter. He's made a couple of really nice plays out in the field already here this evening. Here's the pitch. Ball one up and in. Tonight is win or go home for your Lady Cats. If they do not win, then they will not get an opportunity at a regional tournament, even though they are the number 1 overall seed. Hammered out to center field, and running underneath it is Taylor, records the out. My goodness. Lady Cats putting the bat on the ball right now, but the defense of Logan County standing firm. Now here comes Ansley Holland up to bat.
Come on, Pig.
Head coach Philip McKinney just dragging the action down. Ball one high. Coaching after every pitch and then staring at his page that he has here too. And Coach Todd Cottle finally pointing at his watch saying, let's go. Ball two. I don't blame him at all because he's finding himself into the dugout and taking time between each pitch. There's certainly got to be a pace of play rule somewhere along the lines here. Ball three. So a 3-0 count. I've talked about Owen throwing a first pitch strike. First one went high this time. Here she ends up at 3 balls, no strikes with a runner on first and 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Here's the pitch. Strike one. Ansley Holland playing left field for your Lady Cats here this evening. The freshman is hitting .243. As you can hear, everybody beginning to get frustrated with the slowness from Philip McKinney, the head coach of Logan County. Here's the pitch. That one's sent to the shortstop, Taylor. She's going to send it over to second baseman, and she drops the ball, does Curry. Now here comes back Sloan Anderson to the plate. The one run that has scored, 1 for 1 in this one. Continuing to call out how many outs and take his time staring at his play sheet. Sloan Anderson gets in a little tight on the plate there in the right-handed part of the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Sends base hit out into center field. Presley West rounding third, and she is taken off and score! The run does count, even though Sloan Anderson is thrown out trying to get to second. So your Lady Cats do lead this one 2-1, even after the third out takes place out there on second base. Congratulations, Sloan Anderson. My word. 8th grader showing up huge this evening. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back with you to see how your Lady Cats, they keep their defensive prowess up when we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
Ready to see the world without the stress of planning? At Picture This Travel, we specialize in creating unforgettable travel experiences, tailored just for you. And now we're excited to launch Franklin-Simpson Alumni Travel. Imagine exploring incredible destinations across the globe, side by side with fellow FSHS graduates. Travel together, make new memories, and celebrate the Wildcat spirit worldwide. For more information, follow me, Julie Walters, with Picture This Travel on Facebook.
Anderson. They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down.
'13th District Tournament, 2-1 here in the top of the 5th. Haley Henson up to bat for the visiting Logan County Lady Cougars, a .390 hitter with 16 RBIs. Fouls off. First pitch swinging. Looking at an 0-1 count. What a big-time game for Sloan Anderson, the 8th grader, just coming in, recording 2 huge hits, scoring a run. What a magical night, really, for the 8th grader. Scoring runs, running the bases. That's a shot out into left field. Fielded cleanly by Holland. Henson with yet another out. So it looks like Henson's going to get a courtesy runner. Number 4 for the Lady Cougars. Now here comes number 3 up to bat. Going to be designated player Allie Redding. It's a number 4 for the Lady Cougars. I looked, but I didn't see a name. Allie Redding, designated player. Waiting on the home plate umpire just a second. It looked like he's just trying to wipe some sweat off. Piper West throws pitch 1, bluffed a bunt. Did Redding. Takes strike 1. Playing really in is third baseman Scott and West from first base. Another bluffed bunt, pulls back, swings through, fouled off for strike 2. Here in the top of the 5th inning with your Lady Cats leading it 2-1. Back into the batter's box is Redding. West sets, wind up, throws, high and outside for ball 1 now. Trying to get Redding to chase a little bit. Let's see if we can plant something through the zone here now. Back-to-back 3-up, 3-down innings for the Lady Cats. Shows bunt and fouled it off. She's out. I don't understand that call right there whatsoever. I don't understand slowing the pace of play either, but, I mean, you know what? I'm not a coach. Now coming up to bat for the visiting Lady Cougars, number 22, Blake Curry. Curry plays second base, got a .227 average with 7 RBIs. Right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Ball one inside. .1-0 is the count. Shows bunt. Pops it up. Out into foul territory. Narrowly missing is Kylie Scott, coming in like a freight train from third base. Scott nearly catches that one, snags it out of the air while running in towards home plate. 1-1 is the count now. Here's the pitch. Popped up foul. Count's going to roll 1-2. So they end up with a leadoff hit. Then bunt foul to record the first out. Now let's see what they can do. Here's the pitch. Off the end of the bat to West. West is going to fire to second to Smith. Smith tries to turn two and barely missing for a 1-6-3 double play. But there are 2 outs now as they get the lead runner at second. Heads up play there by Piper West to keep a runner out of scoring position. And now here comes number 28, left fielder Ellie Seltzer. Seltzer, a .313 hitter with 4 RBIs. Right-handed hitter, runner on first. Shows bunt, lays it down, and bounces it right back to Ferguson behind the plate. Attempting to play all kinds of small ball here in the top of the 5th inning. That's honestly surprising me a bit. But after you've been blanked 2 straight innings, going 3 up, 3 down, I guess I can see where they're coming from. Ball high and inside there. 1-1 is the count now. Once again, your Franklin-Simpson Wildcats are taking on the visiting Russellville Panthers in the 1-versus-4 matchup over on the baseball field right now. Here's the pitch from West. Off the inside part of the bat to Piper West. Fields it cleanly, sends it over to Presley West to first. And your Lady Cats are going to take a 2-1 lead into the bottom of the 5th inning. Let's see if they can warm up those bats yet again. We return live on 92.3 WFKN. Bottom of the 5th.
So as far as preventative maintenance, to keep outages at a minimum, one thing that we do is pole inspections. So we'll drive across the system, we'll dig out around the bottoms of the pole, see if there's anything rotten, we'll check the pole's integrity in general. So as you can see now, we're changing out some wire on some poles that we have recently changed out. As they age, they start to crack or rot at the bottom, so we try to stay ahead of those types of outages. Probably the neatest part of working here. So working in the community that I live in and grew up in, there's a lot of satisfaction that comes from that. You know, if there is an outage, there's a good chance that you're restoring power, maybe to a family member, a friend, your preacher, something like that. So just being able to help and serve the people that you know, that's a good feeling.
WFKN, your home for all today's best country music and Franklin-Simpson High School's Wildcats athletics. I'm Cody Schuler coming to you from the opening round of the 13th District Tournament. In the 1-versus-4 matchup, your Franklin-Simpson Lady Cats taking on the visiting Logan County Lady Cougars. That's right, District Tournament this year is taking place from Franklin-Simpson High School's baseball's Greg Shelton Field and softball's Lady Cat Softball Complex. Leading off here in the bottom of the 5th is senior number 8, Chloe Smith. taking strike one on the inside part of the plate. She backs up a little bit here off the plate. Now here's the pitch. Hammers that one out into left field. Base hit. That's a high IQ hit right there for Chloe Smith. Backing up off the plate the way that she did. Knowing that Owen has continued to throw her inside. Able to back up off the plate and drive that thing between short and third out into left field for a leadoff base hit. Now here's Addie Shelton. Successful bunt attempt in her last at-bat to move the runners. Here's the pitch. It was ball high. Chloe Smith, 30 for 30 on stolen base attempts. Does not go right there. That felt kind of like a pitch out. Smith set over on first right now. Bondere set behind the plate. That one swung on and hit. Moves the runner. But just a small grounder back to Owen. Owen fields it cleanly, sends it over to Henson at first for out number one. Chloe moves on up to second. Now here's Jaden Coe. Coe, center fielder here tonight, hitting .339 with 28 RBIs. Having a super sophomore campaign, right-handed hitter. As I've said previously, all kinds of emotion from Jaden Coe. Takes strike one. I appreciate all the emotion from Jaden Coe. Continuously keeping the Lady Cats fired up. Here's the pitch. Swings that one towards third, and it gets past Kleinert. Chloe Smith going to reach third safely. Throw from the left fielder, Seltzer, into Kleinert there at third. And Coe reaches safely over at first. Now here comes senior catcher number 6, Lily Ferguson. Hitting .302 coming into tonight with 29 RBIs. Like to see her make it 30 right here with just one away and a 2-1 lead. 1 run feels good. 2 runs feel a whole lot better. Flew out in foul territory to left, her previous at-bat. Scoots up a bit in the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt, lays it down cleanly. Run's going to score. Over to first. She is out, but a beautiful bunt laid to score the run. She makes it 30 RBIs, just like that. Now here comes Presley West. Presley West, I'll say 2 good hits in her previous at-bat, as one of them I thought was a fair ball. As I said, if we had the old-style fields, that would have dusted up the chalk out in the left field. But we're just going to call it a narrow miss, and then she sure enough turns and fires one out in the left center. So Presley West with the bat on point right now, it appears. With a runner out there on second. If she can replicate her previous hit with the left fielder, Seltzer, shading towards the left field foul line, leaving a big opening out there in left center field towards the scoreboard. Lifts one deep. Fly. A little bit of trouble. Coming deep from center field was Taylor, and she squeezed it for out number 3. But not before the Lady Cats do some damage, and Lily Ferguson, the senior, bats in her fellow senior, Chloe Smith, to make this a now 3-1 lead for your number 1 overall 13th District Lady Cats. We'll come back and see if they can continue their defensive dominance when we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
To Anderson. They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down.
No matter your game, Franklin Bank and Trust equips you for success.
The sixth inning, your Lady Cats on top, adding an insurance run, leading it 3-1 here in the top of the sixth inning as senior Lily Ferguson bunts in senior Chloe Smith there in the bottom of the fifth inning. And Piper West looking to continue her dominance from the circle. Here's the pitch. That's a grounder fired at Addie Shelton. Tries to backhand it and ended up kneeing it out of her own glove. That's a hard hit ball. I think you probably call that a hit. I mean, I'd call that a hit and not an error. That's because she crushed that ball. Piper West hasn't been hit too many times here tonight from the circle. Throws ball one. Now pitching to catcher Layla Vondere. Showing bunt, pulls back, foul ball down the first baseline. Boy, that one was close. That thing was close. Trying to pull in first baseman Presley West and third baseman Kylie Scott continuously by bluffing bunts, then pulling back and swinging the bats have been the Lady Cougars. Here's the pitch. Goes ball high for ball two now. 2-1 count with nobody away and a runner on first. The runner on first is Callie Taylor, the center fielder. Show and bunt, pulls back, goes ball high and inside. Looking at a 3-1 hitter's count now is Vondere. Lady Cougars with a leadoff hit here in the top of the sixth, trying to get back into this one after coming down 3-1. Fired right at Kylie Scott, and she picks it up cleanly, fires it over to Presley West. Backhanded glove. Strong work out there, making non-routine plays look almost routine. Runner does move to second. And Addison Holloway, the right fielder, a .303 hitter with 16 RBIs, heads into the right-handed side of the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Chopper towards Scott. She checks the runner, throws to first, records the out, and doubles him up. Presley West with the throw over to third to Chloe Smith. Are you kidding me? Called interference. Chloe Smith gets down in front of the bag, tags the runner, instantly overturned, and here comes head coach Todd Cottle to talk it over. She had to field the ball, is my point behind this. If she hadn't gotten out and fielded the ball, then we're looking at a completely different scenario here. She had to get out there and catch the throw from first to third. Completely disagree with that call. Completely disagree with the call. My goodness, your Lady Cats, they can't quite catch a call here this evening, or this season, pardon me. First really questionable call here of the evening, other than a couple of ball strikes. But that right there is unbelievable. Slowing the pace of play. I would have called it out on principle. My goodness. Now here comes Macy Kleinert up to bat, with a runner over on third and two away. Presley West throws, ball high and outside. Oh my goodness, Ferguson. Misses back to West, but Chloe Smith right there on point. Kleiner gets reset. West sets. Here's the windup and the pitch. Strike one. 1-1 is the count now with 2 away. Wind blowing hard from left to right field as Kleiner gets back into the batter's box and a runner on third. Should have been into the inning. Flies one, foul territory, and West gets ahead, makes it a 1-2 count. This is an unbelievable scenario right here, as should have been out of the top half of this inning. Piper West sets. Here's the pitch to Kleiner. Popped up, deep fly ball to left field. Nope, popped up inside, and there is a collision there between, I thought it was going to be a deep fly ball, but it popped up high, and Addie Shelton and Chloe Smith collide near the shortstop area of the field, and Chloe Smith takes a shot to the face. She's up. I think it got hit the nose or the mouth area. She's checking her face. Strong work there by the Logan County trainer to come out and check on her. Appreciate them. Oh, Chloe thought that she dropped the ball, and when she realized that Addie caught the ball, she throws her arms up in celebration and sprints back towards the dugout. Talk about a competitor right there. She could have been bleeding profusely, and she wouldn't have cared right there one little bit. Wow. They record out number 3. And, sometimes ball don't lie, to interject a basketball reference there. I'm just going to hang out with you through this break. I'm good right now at the moment as Piper West heads towards the right-handed side of the batter's box. Come on, Piper. Be careful going down the steps. They're steep. Heading into the bottom of the 6th, the Lady Cats got a 3-1 lead, and they're going to try to add to it now. Lady Cats. Piper West takes one off the leg. Doesn't get out of the way of it. We'll take it. And the Lady Cats got an opening runner. Now here comes Kylie Scott. Kylie Scott, I mean, her play from third base tonight, you can't talk about it enough. She's had 3 plays that weren't routine whatsoever, and that young lady has really just crushed it over there. Trying to add to this lead now. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt, lays it down beautifully. Almost beats it out over at first base. Annie Owen with the throw over there. Second baseman Curry. Nice work covering there for Logan County. Good job by their second baseman Curry to get over there and field that throw. But she does her job and moves a runner up to second. Now here comes freshman Ansley Holland with a big moment on her shoulders here in the bottom of the 6th and a 3-1 lead. To be a freshman, you got a freshman followed up by an 8th grader. 8th grader who's 2 for 2 here in this matchup. Ball 1 to Holland. Holland, the 243 hitter with 13 RBIs, an opportunity to make it 14 with a runner in scoring position. Sun gets behind the clouds momentarily. Ball 2. Wind still just gusting through here. Waiting on the pitch call from Philip McKinney. Ansley Holland sets. Here's the pitch. Sent to foul territory, left field area. Get foul, get foul. It is foul enough. Whew. Seltzer, plenty of gumption to go out there directly towards that fence in left field. Not scared at all. Hollins sets, sent out, popped up into towards the shortstop Taylor. Taylor fields it cleanly, and that's out number 2. And here comes Sloan Anderson. Anderson 2 for 2 in this one. scored a run, hit in a run. The 8th grader has been just great. Tried to stretch one out into a double. I mean, but tonight has been all about the 8th grader, Sloan Anderson. The opening round of the 13th district tournament. Ooh. Turned on one that was high and tight and fouled it off. Great job just to get her bat on it. Top of the order looming on deck is Chloe Smith. The worst possible news for Logan County would for them to allow Chloe Smith to make it to the batter's box. Worst possible news. So the hot bat of Anderson. Here's the pitch. Swings through, foul ball. Gets behind in an 0-2 count. But you know what I love for the 8th grader here is to get up there and defend her plate. She's up there swinging and hacking away at this thing. That's how she's got 2 hits. You're a slumping hitter, get up there, swing the bat. See what happens. And I love it. It's fantastic. Here's the pitch. Another foul ball. A little bit of a score update for you. Last I heard, your Franklin-Simpson Wildcats were up 3-2 against Russellville in the 3rd inning. Not sure if it's top half or bottom half of the inning. Your Wildcats would be the home team. Anderson gets in. Owen sets, wind up pitch. Sent up the middle. Shortstop Taylor fields it cleanly. Called out. As you can tell, we disagree. Looked like she beat it by about a half a step from our perspective. But that leaves your Lady Cats heading to the top of the 7th inning. 3 outs away from a district championship and regional tournament berth. Needing just 3 outs. We'll find out in 30 seconds when we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
No matter your game, Franklin Bank & Trust equips you for success.
Welcome back in, everybody, to the top of the 7th inning, where your Lady Cats are 3 outs away from a 13th district championship game berth, taking on whoever wins in the 2 versus 3 matchup, the Russellville Panthers and the Todd County Central Lady Rebels. Now, Piper West back into the circle to see if she can make it happen out here in the gusting wind. And shortstop Taylor comes up to bat. 326 average, 21 RBI. She throws ball 1 high and outside as the sun dips in behind the clouds. West sets, wind up, throw. Just a smidge low in the zone for ball 2. Now she's got strike 1 through there. West sets, throws, popped up towards right field. Anderson retreating, squeezes it for out number 1. Anderson has been just massive out there. Second play out in the field that she's made. Here comes first baseman Haley Henson. Recorded a hit in her last at-bat, hitting .390 with 16 RBIs. Lady Cats clinging to that 3-1 lead with just 2 outs needed to go to the district championship. Popped up, get to it, Piper West, and she boots it from fair into foul territory, and Henson is going to be safe. Could not get there in time, and Henson will be safe. Tried to scoop it, had to slow up just the hair there from the runner charging towards first base. That's going to be number 21 coming in to run for Haley Henson. Haley Henson getting Ella Hubbs, an 8th grader, coming in to run. Ella Hubbs. And now coming up to bat for the Lady Cougars is the designated player, number 3, Allie Redding, a .317 hitter with 13 RBI. The home plate umpire, he's had trouble with his helmet or sweat or something a couple times tonight, really taking his time about getting back there behind Lily Ferguson. Here's the pitch, strike 1. Nice work there. Hey, I know I say it from time to time, but you can't state enough how impressed that you have to be with the play of 7th grader Piper West. Here's the pitch, strike 2, swinging through, fanning at that one. 74 strikeouts on the season after 2 here tonight. 0-2 count ahead. Ferguson sets up in the middle of the plate, goes high that time. Ball 1. That one looked like it slipped a smidge. 6:46 here in the evening, still holding steady at 85 degrees, 2 outs away. Sent out deep left field, foul territory. It's out into foul territory. Count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. Facing off against Redding. Redding, a .317 hitter, so she knows firmly how to swing the bat. Here's the pitch. Pops up another one in foul territory. Kylie Scott looking to see. Man, that thing was about 2 feet too far into foul territory, bouncing off the top of the visiting Cougars dugout. Todd County Central has certainly traveled, has lots of fans from all 4 schools here tonight in attendance. 1-2, here's the pitch, ball high. Going to make it a 2-2 count. Swings through, fans another one, and out number 2, and strikeout number 3 for Piper West. 3rd strikeout of the opening round of the 13th district tournament. And your Lady Cats are 1 out away. The 7th grader coming in huge there in a big moment. Runner over on first. Here's the pitch. Oh, boy, that's a close one. Probably would have been a strike in the 2nd inning the way they were getting thrown out there. But that's ball 1. Here's the pitch. That's strike 1. No doubt about that one. 1-1 is the count now with 2 away. 2 strikes or 1 out. That's all they need. Popped up. Chloe Smith, Kylie Scott calling everybody away. Piper West calls everybody away, and Piper West wins it for your Franklin-Simpson Lady Cats. They live to fight another day, and they will be back one more time for a 13th district championship as her team files in behind Jaden Coe in the handshake line. Chloe Smith lining through with a her nose stuffed up full of gauze to retain the blood, I'm assuming, from that collision at second base. But your Lady Cats will live to fight another day after the 3-1 win over the over the Logan County Lady Cougars. Congratulations to head coach Todd Cottle. Congratulations to our Lady Cats. And they'll have another opportunity to win yet another 13th District Championship. Congratulations, ladies. You deserve it. And, guys, we're going to find out what's happening. I fully anticipated a Franklin-Simpson Wildcat win over on the baseball field. I do not have a score update for you right now, but the last we saw, they were up 3-2 in the third inning. Not sure if it was the top of the third or the middle of the third. We're trying to get Mr. David Clark's attention here to see if we've got a score update for you at all. He's going to pull out his phone and check before we sign off the air. Lady Rebel softball in the 3-2 matchup getting set to take on the Lady Panthers from Russellville. I'd like to say thank you to my producer back in studio, Lyric, for coming through and taking care of us hitting all the right buttons. We're just pausing momentarily here, seeing if we can't get a score update. But Piper West, the 7th grader, comes in huge from the circle and goes a complete game. I think she gave up 4 hits on the evening was all, maybe 5, and just 1 run that came in the top of the first inning. And your Lady Cats score 1 in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th to make this a 3-1 win here at Franklin-Simpson Lady Cats Softball Complex. I mean, what a massive win that this is for this program, and head coach Todd Cottle one more time to come through in the clutch. So, with all that being said, this was a really quick game. We're done before 7 o'clock in here, way ahead of time. Sometimes that's just the way that the ball bounces, and when your Lady Cat defense is on point the way that they were all evening, I think we had 4 innings of 1-2-3 softball here tonight. That is huge. So, thank you to everyone joining us. We'll try to find out a score update for your Franklin-Simpson Wildcats, and maybe we'll see what we can do to get you an update posted to our social media, so check on 92.3 WFKN Facebook page when you get a chance, and we will post an update for you there if we can. So, thank you guys. I'm Cody Schuler one more time. We'll be back tomorrow night for Franklin-Simpson Wildcat baseball, hopefully